All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And as you see the caption, it has come to my knowledge that Elizabeth Morgan, the long term substitute teacher at Mount Olive Middle School, has either been suspended, fired, or quit in the wake of the allegations of inappropriate language towards students in her class. Now, a few days ago, I think it was Saturday, I was alerted by two parents and two students that were in a fifth grade class about the way they felt about how she had talked to them. And you can go back and watch that video to get the particulars of what she said to the students that day and what she is alleged to said or have said to the students on previous occasion. Now, the video once again got thousands of views on YouTube, a lot of comments on Facebook. One group actually had to take the video down because the conversation got so tense. Nevertheless, I was informed by those students and some other people that she has not been back to work since that day. Now, when I do these videos, a lot of people share their opinions. And once again, let me disclaim, I didn't just wake up one day and decide to talk about Miss Morgan. Some parents expressed some concerns about how their children were being treated, and I in turn did the video. I am a child advocate. But what's most concerning about this incident is some of the comments. Some of the comments, and not all of them, but some of the comments, a lot of the comments are placing the blame on the children for their behavior. And I'm going to go over some of the YouTube comments for you. But my point in the whole situation was no matter how bad, how unruly, how disrespectful a child is, you as the adult, you as the teacher, you as the authority figure, you as the example that you should be setting, you should not react in a manner that's counterproductive or endorses more disrespect. Now, mind you, I work with kids outside of the school system, outside of the structured environment. So I know how unruly, how disrespectful children can get. However, I know that if I return that same energy, more of that energy is going to recycle and come back at me. But when I take a deep breath, when I breathe, when I ignore them, when I just walk away, when I just shake my head, when I realize the bigger picture, then that moment passes and then we can get back to what we were doing. But the moment I respond in a derogatory manner, I have lost an opportunity for a teaching moment for myself and also a learning moment for that youth. But just let's look at the comments because a lot of people, some people came to her defense. But mind you, I received calls from students that says, yes, what you said in that video was true about her. She did say things like this. She even had one student crying. So while she may have different experiences with some children, once again, the moment, if you have the same amount of negative experiences with other children, what good are you doing? You know, are you doing more harm than good? Because once you affect one child negatively, that's a snowball effect. But just read some of these comments and listen to some of these comments on the video from Saturday. One person says, I am a student at Mount Olive Middle School, and personally, I don't think she did anything wrong. She is a very kind teacher and tries her hardest at teaching us. But no matter how hard she tries, the kids disrespect her. Some do give her respect and treat her right. It's just sad to see people like this. Now, once again, that is a student who thinks very highly of Miss Morgan. But she also reiterates that, yes, the children are disrespectful. Now, we'll go back to this one. Miss Morgan is the best teacher ever. Have. I don't know why they lying on her. All right. So now this other student says she cussed because student pushed her out of her own chair and she only said the S word. And she apologized to every student in that classroom and she has never said that all she had ever said was these teachers are afraid of y'all. She has never said white, and I agree that you should believe the student, but you should also believe the teachers. And she doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. They tried to put something in her drink, and she is an amazing teacher. I don't understand why students should give this teacher this kind of behavior. They have done nothing to the students. They don't deserve this. Absolutely true. They don't deserve this. But this one student admitted that she cussed in front of the classroom. This is from the children. Everybody who says, "Well, you didn't get her side of the story, and how do you know it's true?" This is a child in the class who confirms that, right? But she apologized, which I guess makes it okay for some people, but not for me, and not for if my child was in that class. I would want swift and immediately reprimands or retribution. Let's read on, bro. She legit gets cussed out every day and she doesn't get any respect or help from anywhere. Plus, she tries her best. She is also a very good teacher. Now, once again, I see the pattern. She has a very good reputation as a good teacher. However, once you draw that line in the sand and tell children, yeah, I ain't scared of y'all, you actually, okay, now it's a battleground. Let me do whatever I can to do to you to make your day miserable, to get under your skin. That is how it works. You know, that is how antagonism gets promoted. When you say, okay, yeah, I'm here, I'm over here, you over here. I'm not gonna let y'all scare me. What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna accept that challenge as children, right? Miss Morgan tried her best to being the best teacher in the world. She trying her best. Once again, people have great things to say about her. I'm a student at Mount Olive Middle. I know Miss Morgan very well. She did not say that and would never say something like that. And these kids are very disrespectful. But she would never say something like this. Now, here's somebody saying that she wouldn't say anything like that. But a couple of comments earlier, the child literally admitted that she did. And here's another person responded to that comment. She did. I'm in her class. So once again, we have varying viewpoints. She's my teacher. Don't talk bad about her, okay? And here's one person, once again, that makes a very valid point. You cannot pay me enough to be a teacher. No respect at home, certainly no respect in the classroom. And if, capital letters, she said it, there was a good reason. Never a good reason to cuss out a child or, say things like that. And yes, most children, white and black, are not taught to respect at home. That is very true, right? But yet and still, if you are in a position that you know you're going to have to deal with children that may be disrespectful, you have to be cognizant of that. And you have to put on you got to put on your big girl panties or your big boy drawers, as they say. And come to work and know whatever they say, I'm going home and I'm going to feed my family. I'm going to lay up. I'm going to drink some coffee. But also, let's stop putting all the blame on the parents at home as well. Because children are just a reflection of the overall society, this country, the things they see on TV, the things they see on social media, TikTok, music, movies, the things they watch in their communities. So let's not place all the blame on parents as well, because there's a lot of things that these children pick up that are not coming from their parents. They're coming from the things that are at a moment's click on their phone. So let's be clear. Once again, I had fantastic parents at home, but I was influenced by outside influence away from home. So let's stop blaming all of the blames on parents. Another person says, I'm a 7th grade student at Mount Olive Middle School, and I know Miss Morgan and her daughter very well. Miss Morgan gets cussed out every day, and she gets no respect, and she tries her hardest to do what she does. And even if she said she must have a blank good reason, she is a blank good teacher. Once again, people feel like that is okay. Once again, I've never in my life can think about, no matter how bad I was or no matter how bad other students were, I think I've never heard a teacher cuss at a student or talk that down to a student. Once again, first of all, Miss Morgan's not even a bad teacher. Them 5th graders be lying on her name, and whoever says she said that line, because she don't even say that type of stuff. So you can't be believing stuff that's not true. Again, conflicting stories, right? I'm an 8th grade student at Mount Olive School, and I can tell you firsthand that these kids are disrespectful. I know the teacher you are talking about, and she is a great teacher. You have to remember 2 sides to every story. A student probably said something racist, and she responded with that. I'm not defending what she said, but again, 2 sides to every story. So cover both sides and ask yourself, what would you do in that situation? Once again, I be in those situations. And I know how to be like, okay, man, this is a child. I can't whoop them like I was whooped or I was powdered in school. So the best thing for me to do is just laugh at them, shake my head, redirect them, and swallow my pride. Once again, Miss Morgan is a really nice teacher. I'm friends with her daughter and her niece. She does not have a bad side, and she's 100% had her reasons to say that if she even did, because those 5th graders are really bad. You could say, were you in that classroom? And no, I was not. And I do go to the school and see all the bad things the 5th graders do, and notice there are a lot of her students or kids that have had her before. She is a good person, and she has her reason for everything she says and does. And if those kids you talk to are concerned, then that's their problem. Because if you were to ask the whole school, most of us would be on Miss Morgan's side. Okay. Once again, the whole school is not the issue. It's these 2 particular students. Or actually, you're going to see more. What she said. My daughter's in her class, and she said that this did not happen during her class. She also said that 90% of the students are very mean and disrespectful to Miss Morgan, and they hollered and cussed at her. She was crying as she left. She says a lot of the 5th grade students have made a point to get her fired. The students are making up rumors about her, and she then goes on to attack me for writing the story, doing the story. 100%, and he did da. So basically, they go on to attack me for doing the story, which okay. Some lady said I was spreading hate. I don't know how I'm spreading hate, but that's good too. Think there are 2 sides to every story. There is no way I would be in the teaching profession. We all have some experience and bad teachers, but one side needs to be heard. She supposedly got fired because of this video. I agree and if the teacher said it, most of these little imps do have parents, grandparents, and she said or allegedly said this, well, the teacher ain't scared of y'all. At the end of the day, they can't hardly spell, so I'm going to read. But I'm going to read a couple of more because I don't want to bore y'all with these comments, but this is very important too. Say, I'm a student and she's my teacher. Miss Morgan is a lovely teacher, but if you get on her bad side, she's mean. Right? She probably had a good reason to say it. Those 5th graders are terrible. Miss Morgan would get mad. Miss Morgan would get mad at us, but I know she wouldn't say that. Miss Morgan do be saying what's in these videos to some of her classes. So some might say she don't, but she do to like class. Another one, they said she won't say this, and then that comment is refuted. I'm in her class. She has a good and bad side. She dropped an S bomb, and no one said. And the child cussed. No one said S. My name is Farley Bellamy, but I can confirm that this is true. And I can say my mom and dad said this is not acceptable and this is not professional and disrespectful. She's my third period teacher. She be arguing with us and she cussing in that argument. So I feel like the students, she needs to be fired because she be making the students cry. For real, she be cussing, like be saying cuss words, and I feel the type of way because you are a teacher. So why you cussing in the first place? And y'all don't be in the classroom to see how she be treating us. So look at y'all. So basically, once again, a lot of people, as you see in the comments, place blame on the teacher. The students. So that is my biggest problem with it. No matter what a student does, no matter how unruly they are, first of all, it is not always a reflection of their home environment. I did things at school and other places that I would never do at home because I would get reprimanded, beat, as they said, get a whooping, you know. And so please don't think that every child that comes to school has a parent that is scared of them. That's once again that's the most part of the comment that I felt that was most egregious. Her saying this white teacher ain't scared of y'all. That was, a lot of people felt that why did she have to say white? Why did she have to say right? And I'm gonna read one comment from another mother. Now this mother shared the post. And she said she wouldn't even meet with me, so you can't say I know her personally. But she been like this all school year. I got all these text messages full of sarcasm because it's like she really think black people scared of their kids and letting them do whatever. And so, a lot of people, once again, have children in the class. And I'm not going to go through the whole Facebook conversation because there was about 200 comments on that. People going back and forth, but a lot of the blame once again is unfortunately on the children. Once again, if you're going to be in a space where you have to work with children and you can't keep your composure as an adult, you can't handle disrespect from 10 or 11-year-old children, and you're a 25, 26-year-old adult, you're in the wrong profession. I mean, there's no way to put it. You should not be working with these children. You think I don't? Some days, like it was a couple of weeks ago, I said, okay, I'm not. I got some stuff going on. I'm not in a good space to deal with these children in the after school program because I know when I go in there, I got to put on the whole armor of God, as they say, And I had to tell all my associates, look, I'm not gonna be there today. Can y'all handle it today? Because I know, how much I can take. Now, maybe teachers don't have that luxury to be able to say, okay, well, I can't deal with these jokers today. But that's something you must take in consideration when you embark on a profession where you are supposed to be setting an example. You are supposed to be grooming children for success and not learning how to fight fire with fire or meet disrespect with disrespect. That is my main point of sharing the video. And of course, I wouldn't want my child to be taught like that by anyone, more or less a teacher. So it was confirmed by several students that she does get mad. She has cussed. Children be getting on her nose, her nerves, and she getting mad and mean. So those are statements that are confirmed. So nevertheless, it's been confirmed either she was suspended fired, or even quit. So if she was suspended, then there must have been some credence to these allegations. Maybe she was questioned. Hey, did you say that? Yeah, I did. All right, we're gonna have to suspend you. We're gonna have to fire you. We're gonna let you go. One of the students said she came into the class the other day to get her stuff, and now they have a teacher, and I guess the child told me, Dad, this teacher mean. Like, so maybe, uh, Miss Morgan was, I guess the grass is not always greener, as they say. But the child told the new teacher was mean. But she hasn't cussed at them yet. I don't assume, but I don't know whether once again she quit. One student said that she allegedly said, "I don't need this job." So whatever the case may be, she has not been back since the alleged incident that was reported in the previous video. And once again, I don't do these videos to cause any collateral damage. In this case it was. In a couple of videos it was. What I do is make it so that this behavior does not keep happening. Now, if I would have did the video and no one said anything, and the video was alleged to be false or uncorroborated or couldn't be unsubstantiated, then if she stays there, I'm pretty sure that she would watch how she's talking to these children from here on out. And hopefully other teachers or people in authority will see that and say, okay, well, they got somebody who they can call and, make this thing known. So that is the issue. You don't say, somebody said, well, you need to be a positive light. Part of being a light is exposing darkness, right? You shine the light. You ever hear somebody say shed light on things? So you don't just shine light all over this where you got a bunch of darkness over here. No, that is part of being a light. And so that's Ephesians 5:11. When I first started doing this, a lady handed me a coffee cup at the sweet mean, I never forget. And I was sitting there talking about a case that I was about to break open. And Ephesians 5:11 was on the cup. And so I looked up Ephesians 5:11. It says, have no connection or have no dealings with the works of darkness. Rather expose them. And it was right then and there. I said, okay, I'm on the right path. And I'm going to get that scripture for you. It says, take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. So that is what this is. If anybody's doing anything in the dark, the only way that you will make them stop doing it if you turn the light on. Then they can't do it anymore. So for all the people who say that I am doing this and I'm destroying lives and I am, don't do nothing wrong. And that goes for myself too. Don't do nothing wrong. It doesn't matter who you are. Especially if it's something involving with the kids, or you're in a position of where you're supposed to be upholding the law, like the Mike Scott situation, or anything that is kind of a detriment to society. We have a moral, we have a godly, we have a human obligation to make those things known. So, nevertheless, 919-587-7782. You can leave your comments in the comment section, disagree or agree. And I will get back with you later. Peace and blessings.